I'm a common sense, independent thinking individual who tends to be more independent than Republican. And the primary reason is because there are some issues that I don't 100% agree with the Republicans, but overall, I like to think as a common sense individual, I tend to be on the right side. So step one is admitting the truth, and that's exactly the truth on how I feel about politics. Yes, Republicans have their share of rhinos and their share of sellouts, and of course, the out-of-touch fossils that do not belong in government anymore. I'll be the first one to say that. But here's the difference. At least the right still fights for things that actually matter to everyday Americans. Things like faith, family, a job you can live on without begging Big Brother for permission, and the freedom to pursue happiness without government shackles. Now, for you Democrats, here's where it gets fun. If you can't admit that your party is no longer JFK's party, but Marx's, Stalin's, Lenin's wannabe fan club, you're not a political party anymore. You're a cult. And I know you guys accuse, the right-leaning people, the MAGA people, being in a cult. And that's entirely your opinion, but facts are facts. And the truth is the truth. You've been spoon-fed ideology that pretends to care about you, but in reality, it just keeps you dependent, divided, and distracted while the elites live fat and happy behind their gated communities and walls. Recovery begins with honesty, and you need to do a deep down, honest assessment. An addict has to hit rock bottom before they admit the problem. And you, my friends, might have hit that point. You might have hit rock bottom. So dear Democrats, will you finally admit that the last 150 years of failed policies, broken promises, and power grabs, yeah, they're all caused by Democrats. And please don't even go down the path that the Democrats have switched to becoming Republicans, and that's why now Republicans, that's just bullshit. Are you willing to admit that, or are you going to keep screaming about fascism while living in the government's basement, eating the scraps they throw you? And that's exactly what's happening. They throw you scraps every time election time comes about, and then they ignore you. And all you higher class, higher income, well-educated individual liberals, you got your head you know where. Your life gets easier the minute you admit the truth. The Democratic Party has failed you. And until then, there is no negotiation or conversation, just denial. Until you can admit that, I'm sorry, but there's no negotiations to be had. So, are you ready to be honest? Or are you still stuck at rock bottom? I don't know. You tell me. Love to hear your comments. By the way, repost, save, comment, like, and don't forget to follow me, please. Take care.